Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Corner Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum (TIF) and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Law Logic and Life Lessons. We are with us Medhavin Bhatt, Managing Partner at MV Law Partners. With over 16 years of experience, Medhavin brings sharp legal insights into commercial litigation, real estate, dispute resolution, IP law, and specialized contracts. A solicitor certified by the Bombay Incorporated Law Society, his career spans the High Court of Bombay to the Supreme Court of India. From building his own law firm to embracing evolving forms of negotiation, Medhavin is more than a legal professional, he is a trailblazer in thought and execution. Join us as we unravel the principles and personality behind one of the most dynamic legal minds in the business. So, welcome, Medhavin, today's coffee conversation.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Okay, let me explain you. There are three rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire round where you have to
Okay.
be, you will be in the hot seat and you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's your gift: legal
Oh,
AI one
nice.
one,
Oh,
which will be
lovely.
autographed and sent to you. But you have to first win that round. So let's begin.
Okay.
Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. So my first question, Medhavin, how has the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments?
See, it's absolutely a beautiful journey that I've had. MV Law Partners, my firm, was a dream that my partner and I saw together. It was a shared vision. It was all about passion. It was all about trust and a commitment to do law differently. Actually, both of us come from families of lawyers. Our grandfathers, our fathers. Technically, there's a legacy of about 50 years in the legal profession. But as you know, the saying goes, a plant cannot grow under a tree unless it gets direct sunlight. So we knew in order to grow and evolve, we had to step out of the shade and do something of our own. So we decided to start MV Law Partners. It was not about setting up a law firm, but it was about continuing a legacy, but on our own terms. We wanted to create a space that reflected who we are, both as professionals and peoples, and obviously a place where legal excellence meets integrity and where young lawyers are not just trained but nurtured.
Wow. So let's dive deep into the conversation, Medhavin. Having practiced at both the Bombay High Court and the Supreme Court, how do you adapt your advocacy style for different judicial environments?
See, each forum has its own rhythm. Each courts they have their own way of functioning, own way of hearing matters. At the High Court, actually, you are often battling complex factual matrices, whereas at the Supreme Court, you are refining the legal issue to its purest form because the scope generally in the Supreme Court is very limited. So, based on the forum, I tailor my advocacy and for like, as I said, for High Court, it's more detailed and detail oriented and exhaustive process, whereas it's crisp, focused, and principle driven for the Supreme Court. But honestly, the core remains the same. It's clarity, conviction, and respect for the bench.
Wow. So, Medhavin, real estate and commercial litigation are known for being high pressure. How do
Yes.
you maintain objectivity in emotionally charged matters?
See, I'll tell you, objectivity comes from grounding. Like it said कि doctors अपने patient की operation नहीं करता है. So I try to detach myself emotionally while still remaining empathic to my client's situation. It's a very fine line, but then we try to be on the other side of the line. I rely heavily on the facts, timelines, and documents to stay anchored. And honestly, obviously, there are times when I have deep conversations with my loved ones, which has helped me a lot during these emotionally charged matters.
Wow. So, Medhavin, let's go memory down the lane. Which case or deal in your career has tested your limits and taught you the most?
Oh, I still remember that I was doing a big transaction for a leading Bollywood star. I was a part of the firm then, and it was about some island in Dubai. and it was supposed to be a deal which was supposed to get over within a week's time. Not only did it take 15 days to get the deal completed, but the real challenge was we were technically in the office 24 by 7 for almost 2 weeks. We only used to go home at odd hours, freshen up, change, and come back. In between, we used to attend court matters and then we were back on the transaction. So we were 24 by 7 working on it. It was one of the toughest deal that I have gone through, but we had to manage our emotions, expectations, and obviously timelines. It actually taught me that, law is 50% persuasion and 50% peacekeeping.
Wow, beautiful. So, Medhavin, what role does relationship building play in client retention and dispute management in your field?
See, it's everything. For lawyers, for law firms, if you don't have client, you don't have business. In litigation, trust is invisible brief that walks into the courtroom with you. A client walking with you is blindly trusting you, sometimes maybe with his life. Clients don't just come for your legal acumen, they come because they believe that you care about their battles. Relationship building creates that bridge between the emotional and the legal, is what I feel.
So, with growing conversations around mental well being in law, what are some wellness practices you encourage within your law firm MV Law Partners?
See, we are a very practical and a modern day law firm with both partners being extremely young and dynamic. So, what we generally encourage is that unless of course there is no urgency, we generally encourage the team to work from home on Saturdays and on court holidays so that there's a healthy work life balance. The idea is to get the work done, but also to support each other, not just during working hours, but also beyond them as well, because they are an extended part of our family. So we try to be mindful about their personal time, especially for team members who have their families, and respect their boundaries whenever possible.
Wow. So, as a founder, what's your leadership mantra when mentoring young associates and new legal talent?
I prefer that you just let them be, you guide them, you empower them, but you don't micromanage. If you try to spoon feed someone, they will beyond the point not able to survive and sustain in this profession. I have been trained that ways. It is very important for us as mentors to teach them how to think, not just what to do. We generally tell them, you understand the whys behind your reasons. And obviously, when you have this kind of an approach towards teaching them, you have to be very patient, knowing that you are guiding a child and teaching them and making them someone in the future.
Wow. So, NLP is an unconventional skill in the legal world.
Correct.
Why did you get yourself trained in neuro linguistic programming? My first question. And how has it influenced your work as a litigator or negotiator?
I've always been curious about a lot of beliefs in life, and someone told me that neuro linguistic program is someone that it helps you rewire your brain. It helps you rewire your beliefs that we have been brought up with something that the system has taught us, something that our education has taught us. And sometimes as a child, we've always questioned why.
Hmm.
So I thought that NLP is something that will help me answer my questions. So it not only taught me to truly listen, but also understand the body language, the tone, and sometimes even the silence. In court or across a negotiating table, reading unspoken cues can shift the entire outcome. It actually helped me communicate better also, empathize more deeply, and resolve conflicts before they escalate. I feel it's like having a silent superpower.
Wow. Okay. So, Medhavin, how do
Hmm.
you balance the dual hats of being both a lawyer and a business owner?
Oh, it's like playing chess on two boards, one legal and one strategic. The key is compartmentalization, is what I truly believe. Some days I am neck deep in drafting legal documents or attending court hearings, and on the other days I am reviewing operations, finances, or thinking about team development, client experiences. But honestly, for us, what really helps is having the right support system. Vishal, my partner, has been great when it comes to taking care of the firm and the work. So we share responsibilities in a way that plays to our individual strengths. It actually helps us balance, ensures that that neither the law nor the business side feels neglected.
Wow.
In fact, honestly, if you ask me, uh, wearing the business owner hat has actually made me a better lawyer. It makes me understand my clients' commercial realities, their stress points, and what truly keeps them up at night. So, yes,
Oh,
actually, it's very beneficial for us as lawyers and law firms.
yes, very good. Okay. So my next question: how do you balance the practice of dispute resolution evolving in the next decade, especially with hybrid and online mechanisms coming into play? Sorry, how do you see? I'll just repeat the question. How do you see the practice of dispute resolution evolving in the next decade, especially with hybrid and online ODR coming to play?
Okay. So, litigation or dispute resolution, as you call it, has traditionally been a courtroom bound exercise. But the pandemic acted as a catalyst, pushing
Hmm.
our legal systems decades ahead in terms of tech adoption. It was everything was overnight. The High Court overnight adopted to virtual hearings, and truly justice did not sleep. The shift to virtual hearings, especially in high courts and the Supreme Court, was initially a necessity, but it's now becoming a preferred tool for efficiency. So I see hybrid models becoming a permanent fixture, especially for procedural matters or several short matters which can be heard virtually.
Wow. So, Medavin, who has influenced you besides your family of lawyers, or or has been a mentor from the
Hmm.
world of litigation?
See, I have had the benefit of working with stalwarts from the legal profession. I was working with a firm where I was mentored in a very good way. So, right from Mr. Fali Nariman to Mr. Iqbal Chagla to Mr. Mukul Rohatgi to Mr. Harish Salve, I have had the opportunity to work with them and work on matters with them at a very young age. So when I see them working at a certain in a certain manner, at a certain age, in a certain way, it I felt very motivated. I feel very encouraged. I thought this is the best way to learn and learn from the best. So yes, these I would call them my mentor. Obviously, the firm that I was working under, the Mr. Parimal Shah, he's also mentored me a lot.
Wow. So, what inspired you to become a solicitor?
See, as I mentioned, I come from a family of lawyers. And with each generation, there's always been a conscious effort to raise the bar. So it's like, every generation was competing with the previous generation. So my grandfather was a LLB graduate. My father added a BCom to his LLB. And I thought, why not take it one step further and add another layer to my own legal journey? So that's when I decided to pursue solicitor's qualification through the BILS. It was
Wow.
obviously both challenging and calling, and also I was working with a law firm where my senior was a solicitor. So I realized that how important it is that this qualification is for my future. So yes, though the process was rigorous, but it has transformed me the way I am today and the way I approach law.
Wow. So, how do you see AI impacting dispute resolution and your work?
See, AI has to be your friend. You cannot deny the fact that AI has already started playing a vital role in everyone's life. Even a common man today is using ChatGPT, if not other AIs. There are now legal softwares not only abroad but even in India that are launched to help the legal system. As a firm, we have also adopted a customized AI software. So AI is here to stay, but you should know how to use it and where to use it. because law is a profession where AI cannot replace a human, but it can help us work together and as a team.
Wow. So my last question, what advice would you give to young lawyers who come from a family of lawyers and have a legacy attached and they want to start their own law firm?
My best advice is be humble, be grounded, work hard. There is no shortcut to success. Know your law like the back of your hand.
Wow. Okay. So let's go to the next round and understand Medhavin as a person. You have shared your dad is a lawyer, but let us know more in detail about your family and your formative years.
See, being the elder child in the family, I was actually a rebel and an observer. And if you actually believe in sun signs or moon signs, I'm a Gemini. So the twin personality fits me perfectly. I was very curious. I was asking questions to everyone I used to meet, as I said, with the NLP. And I
Hmm.
was also observing the world around me. I was told that, you should also be like a wallpaper in a room who's silently observing everything and knows everything but does not speak. So, this duality today has helped me in my profession. I think it's not only about making a strong point, but also knowing when to pause and truly listen.
Wow. Okay. So, what are your memories of your college and experience you had over there?
See, I've had many beautiful memories during my college days, be it during my graduation or during my law colleges. I recollect participating in various competitions and representing my law college at various levels. And many a times it had so happened that, for example, if there's a moot court, there was no one available. I was told, okay, no, you have to participate in this competition. I remember there was a street drama that our college was participating, and there was a small role which no one was willing to do. And my team said, like, why tu kar le? Like, why don't you do it? And it was like an impromptu thing. And eventually we won the first prize in that skit competition also. So extracurricular activities wherein I was a part of my college representing them and being there out in public, challenging myself and understanding how to face people, addressing stage fear. I think these are some beautiful memories that I have.
Wow. You're a Mumbaikar. So, what was your favorite spot during your college days to chill out?
I have done my graduation from Mitivai, so I have done it during the times when the Bandra ceiling was under construction and even the reclamation was under construction. So we used to always hang out at two places. One was the reclamation road, which was under construction, or Birdies at Jew, because we are
Hmm.
all foodies. So we used to eat pastries over there.
Hmm. So, do you still visit birdies?
Not really. My taste over a period of has changed. So I occasionally it's very when I every time I pass by I see it, but then honestly I don't get the chance to visit it.
Wow. Yeah, I've also seen birdies still there at Juhu.
Yes.
Still,
Now so many
that's
new places have come up that you are curious
yeah,
to try every new place, right?
yeah. I know. But old memories are old memories.
Absolutely. Like the Prithvi Theater, the Prithvi Cafe. It's beautiful. It still gives you that nostalgic vibes.
Hmm. Okay. So outside the black coat and white collar, what hobby or passion truly energizes you?
I like music and fitness. They are right at the top of my list. So I love attending music concerts and exploring
Hmm.
different genres. That
Wow.
there's something beauty. There's some beauty about the music. It's pure therapy for me. And of course, a good workout not only keeps me fit but also helps me clear my mind, especially after a long day of work. But in addition to these two, I also love to travel. So I'm always on the lookout for long weekends and court holidays to just pack my bag and explore new places.
Wow. So what would your travel plans for 2025? Which place and why?
I have few travel plans, but the issue with travel plans is it's not only my calendar. You have to see I have to see my children's calendar, I have to see my wife's calendar. Based on the number of holidays, we intend to visit a few places. So though we've shortlisted, I am not in a position to disclose that right now. So depending on number of holiday, obviously some beach destination, something that kids would always enjoy. So yes.
Wow. So is there a book, movie, or piece of music that feels like a personal compass for you?
Oh yes, if you ask me, I love The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It reminds me to keep walking my path no matter how certain it gets. Because as lawyers, as human beings, we all tend to get lost many a times. And there are these books that always come to your rescue. And if you ask me in terms of movies, I think I like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. It's a beautiful reminder that life is not just a checklist and you just live every day and every moment as it comes.
Wow. So suppose apna Medhavin, you had 1 week away from work. What would you do and why?
I would go on a yoga retreat actually. I've been wanting to try that for quite some time, wherein
Hmm.
I am disconnected from the world. No phones, no clients, no family, no friends, just you and your thoughts and your yoga practices. I would love to do that. It's been on my list since quite some time.
Wow. So if your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what would it be?
Three words, statement. They know who I am, so they would call me a solicitor by profession, a seeker by instinct, and a philosopher at heart.
Wow. Beautiful. So what would your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
Personally, I wish to travel, as I told you, with my family, and obviously a boys' trip wouldn't harm. And in terms of my law firm, we intend to grow and we intend to multiply. We have a lot of good matters and projects in our hands, so we are just hoping and praying that everything goes well and in favor of our clients.
Wow. So this one is googly one. Describe Medhavin in one line.
Uh, as I said, what I told you earlier, what my friends think of
Right,
me is
that was from a friend's perspective. This is
come.
from your perspective.
I'm a very enthusiastic person, but also very grounded. I
Wow.
I am actually a thinker during day, philosopher at night, a person who enjoys being in his own company and loves his own world.
Wow. So let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round,
Okay.
drafting contracts or courtroom drama.
Courtroom drama,
Your
all
favorite color.
blue,
One food you can't just resist.
pizzas.
Favorite restaurant in Mumbai.
There are too many to name, honestly. But then, since we were discussing about Indian food earlier, so I would say Copper Chimney at Worli.
Okay. Okay. What's the one quote you live by?
Gio or Gine do, live and let live.
Best piece of advice received.
Mind your own business.
Your apna favorite music genre.
Bollywood, unplugged.
Wow. Tea or coffee to recharge.
Of course, coffee.
Wow. So you did well, and here's your book, Legal AI
Lovely.
101. So, friends, it was a lovely conversation with Medhavin. He's living up to his family's legacy of lawyers. So, all those young legal professionals who come from the family of lawyers, watch this episode where Medhavin will take you to the journey, how he and his partner they have formed MV Law Partners and how they have got a vision to scale up. And he has worked through different lawyers and gained, and you want to practice litigation, dispute resolution. So this episode, and his details will be there in the YouTube caption, so you can connect with him and have a word with him. Okay, because forming a law firm, you have to wear two hats, as I said in the conversation, apna, a lawyer and a business owner. So it's playing a business owner is different mindset, and being a lawyer is a different mindset. So this two has to be integrated. Then your law firm with your team grows. So So, like this, the 500 coffee speakers have shared inspiring stories. If you want to feature like Medhavin, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum or LinkedIn page, or connect with one of the coffee speakers. They would refer to a team to continue the conversation or cup of coffee. So take
Okay.
care. We meet tomorrow with another coffee speakers from different fields, different subject experts who will inspire you. And so happy weekend. And we meet with lot of coffee speakers over this month. So one of this interesting episode was last week we did on fragrance. So
Okay.
there's a special episode where if you want to identify which fragrance is suitable for you according to your moods, according to the occasions, according there are so many things like fragrance perfumes. It all now is become by not a standard one.
It's a new
So
science.
yeah, it's a new science. So we did a special episode. We did a main coffee, and then in special episode, we got a speaker to talk about with the actual presentation.
Lovely.
Okay, how to select
I love this.
your yes, because it's coming from NLP background, so that's why
Exactly.
remember yes. So as I said, I also discovered many things okay, because it's all about yeah, emotions, feelings, your moods,
Correct.
any festivals. So like apna, you have different watches. So people are having different perfumes in their
Yes.
apna ye wardrobe. Yeah.
A lot of
So
new science are actually coming up. Someone was telling me there's a science on watches, as you just mentioned. There's a science on perfumes. There's a science on many other factors that play a very vital role in how you actually carry yourself. I was told that you should carry a green pen in your pocket because you are a Gemini and number five. Well, okay, anything that works.
okay. That's another interesting insight. So
Yes.
we are doing a panel discussion on how the fragrance industry has evolved in India with
Okay.
this fragrance expert, then from a fragrance developer, then apna ye from a sales part, and then a startup who is
Okay.
ye selling fragrance. So all four coming together and sharing how fragrance industry has evolved over the years in India, especially
Okay.
because we are emotional fools.
Absolutely.
So it will be interesting. So that's why at Coffee we do panel discussions. We have we did panel discussion अपना क्या बोलते हैं Father's Day. No
Okay.
one remembers father. So we are the pioneers one who brought four coffee speakers together for this
Okay.
memorable episodes. So this is so.
Lovely.
So take care. We meet and continue. Now you're part of the coffee tribe. So
Yes.
conversation continues.
Yes.
Hmm?
Thank you. Thank you once again for having me. It was a pleasure.